Donald Henry Gaskins was a small man, 5'4", barely over 100 pounds. Someone you'd overlook at a gas station. Someone you wouldn't remember 5 minutes later. That was the problem, because behind that forgettable frame lived one of the most violent serial killers in American history. A man who proudly called himself the meanest man in America. Who was he? Gaskins grew up in South Carolina in the 1930s, surrounded by abuse, neglect, and humiliation. His father beat him. His mother ignored him. Other kids bullied him relentlessly. And Donald learned something early. Pain sticks with you. Humiliation equals rage, and resentment doesn't fade, it just simmers and waits. By the time he was a teenager, violence didn't frighten him. It comforted him. The first kill, his first murder, came early. The victim was a young girl. The act was savage. And the reason was simple: rage. He was caught and sent to prison. Most people would stop here. Donald Henry Gaskins did not. He learned how to manipulate, how to intimidate without drawing attention, how to study people quietly, guards, inmates' weaknesses. When he was released, the world didn't get a reformed man. It got a predator with patience. Some killers feel guilt. Donald Henry Gaskins felt efficient. He didn't argue. He didn't panic. He just decided you were a problem. The hunting ground. Gaskins hunted people who wouldn't be missed quickly. Hitchhikers, drifters, sex workers, people passing through South Carolina with nowhere to be. Whoever he felt like killing that day. He offered rides, conversation, help. He looked harmless, almost pitiful even. That's how he liked it. Kept your guard down so he could take control. How he killed, you ask? Gaskins didn't have a signature method. He enjoyed a good variety. He stabbed. He shot. He strangled. He beat people to death with whatever was nearby. The method didn't matter. Only control did. He lured victims to isolated roads, wooded areas, empty lots, places where no one would hear anything except the insects. Once he decided someone was going to die, there was no hesitation, no emotion, just execution. To Gaskins, murder wasn't dramatic. It was practical. Like a walk in the park or going shopping. Erasing the evidence. Gaskins understood that bodies create problems, so he made them disappear. Shallow graves, swamps, remote wooded areas where animals would finish the job. South Carolina's landscape did the rest. For years, the land kept his secrets. After being arrested and facing the execution, Gaskins began to confess. Not reluctantly, eagerly. He claimed responsibility for dozens, possibly over 100 murders. Murder from behind bars. While incarcerated, Gaskins killed again. This time, he used homemade explosives, constructed from smuggled materials, to murder another inmate. Let that sink in. A serial killer. Using bombs. Inside a prison. At that point, the state of South Carolina stopped pretending he could be contained. Execution. In 1991, Gaskins was executed by lethal injection. He showed no remorse, no regret, no acknowledgement of his victims. Just a man who believed the world had wronged him, and that he'd simply returned the favor. So to sum this all up, Donald Henry Gaskins wasn't the smartest serial killer. He wasn't the strongest. He wasn't the most organized. But he may have been one of the most indifferent. He didn't kill for ideology. He didn't kill for fame. He killed because, to him, people were disposable. And that may be the most terrifying thing of all. Because monsters like that don't look like monsters. They look like your neighbor or the nice stranger offering help or a ride. Be careful out there.